often, as childless women, we receive unsolicited advice. And one of those unsolicited advice is, why don't you just adopt? But you tried to adopt. Can you explain your process about that?
We did, because I'm a social worker. My husband is a teacher. We were both, very open to adoption, and had started to save money. We knew that that would be a very costly expense. As a social worker, I did some research and found agencies that I thought would be good to work with. And we, as everybody knows, put out quite a bit of money, and nothing happened. And I think part of the reason that we were told was that many women who are creating adoption plans for their children are young teenage women. And so when they looked at the profiles of the pictures and the life stories of me and my husband and why we wanted to adopt, we looked old to them.
Oh, wow.
Even though we were, I was in my late 30s, he was in his early 40s, which is understandable to somebody who's, a young teenage girl. So the agency that we worked with, we had been on a waiting list for 2 years, and we would receive emails that said things like, do you want your information shown to young parents, create an adoption plan where, just these very extenuating circumstances where maybe the father of the child was in prison, the mother had severe mental illness, maybe one of them was homeless, there was drug use involved, maybe there were going to be some medical issues. And we would have to decide in a matter of hours, did we want to be considered to adopt this child? And it was just heartbreaking. It was very, very difficult for us. And sometimes we said yes, and sometimes we said no. So then after 2 years of that, when there had not been any placement, any young parents interested in meeting us, it was time to put out some more money, and my husband and I had thought and prayed and talked to some people who supported us, and we decided at that time that we were ready to end the adoption path.
So when you speak of costly, are you saying 4 figures, 5 figures?
I think we put out probably over $10,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was 10 years ago. So,
Oh, wow.
so now it would be more.